going to feature a client success story. You know, we take pride in the work that we're doing. I'm excited to feature our disaster work, you know, our preparation, disaster, and response and recovery. Unfortunately, disasters are not going to go away. In 2024, there were 90 major disasters in the U.S., 104 this year, with the impact of over $100 billion in damage. Operation Hope has been in the forefront of providing disaster preparation, response, and recovery since 9/11. And so we're very proud of how we're supporting people in their time of need. In Los Angeles, which is our hometown, when we started Operation Hope, we responded very quickly to the LA wildfires, supporting the communities in the Palisades and Altadena. Marlon, he's not my bodyguard, he's really the senior director of the program. Let's give him a round of applause. It's his team that's doing great work every day across the country, which includes LA and even in Maui. So we're very excited about the support we're getting with UPS. I see you, LaCarrie, out there with UPS, Citibank. I see cities here, been very instrumental in supporting the work that we're doing, American Red Cross, PayPal, and many others. Before I introduce our client success story, I want to give a special shout out to Citibank and the students. Or the students here, if you could stand up. These students represent Boys and Girls Club, Parkside Elementary, as well as Slater Elementary School, and they participated in an essay, and these students have done such a great job. They're here because of the great work they've done. I want to say their names, and if they're here, they can stand up. Chloe, Lucy, Hazel, Jude, Caleb, Ava, Shane, Haley, Kaylee, and Danielle. Stand up. Be recognized. These are the young students that are making things happen thanks to our partnership with Citibank. And then lastly, tied to the work that Citibank does with us, is tied to our child savings account here in Atlanta, where every kindergartner gets a bank account that is opened by Citibank. We have over 10,500 kindergartens that have bank accounts now. And studies have shown when you have a bank account, you have a high graduation rate from high school and college entry rate. So let's give Citibank a round of applause for that work. So at this time, I want to have our success story. She's not a victim. Yes, she's a survivor of the fires, but she's also been an inspiration to a number of communities, not only in the Palisades, but bridging the gap between the Palisades and Altadena and the businesses and residents there. And so she's going to share her story very briefly with you and why the work of disaster under Marlon's leadership is so important. So let's give a round of applause to our client, Alicia Dawes.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here and share my story. My lifelong dream was about to come true of being a published author. I was just about to launch my first book with Penguin Random House. And then January 7th happened. The fires began. See, there was no warning. There was not even sirens. I stepped outside and I was hit by this demonic cloud of black smoke and flames rushing towards me. You see, I live on a mountain with one way in and out, except for the fire road, which appeared to be on fire. And people were running and screaming in the streets. No one knew what to do. And then I got a panicked call from my son that he had jumped in his car and was somewhere on the burning mountain. And then the call dropped before I had any idea where he was. I jumped in my car, screeched down the mountain, and there was 100 cars blocking the only exit out. The firefighters grabbed me and said, "You have to go back up the mountain." I said, "I'm not going without my son." They said, "Ma'am, you will die if you stay here. Go." I went back up the mountain. After an hour, they bulldozed the 100 cars, and I was able to get out. Thank God my son called me and said he had also gotten out. But then it was 3 weeks while we watched our homes burned unchecked. In the midst of this, I got down on my knees and I said, it took my whole life to buy this home, please. And I was shown a vision of angels on my roof, and they showed me a teardrop shape, and they said, well, keep your home safe. When the fires were finally out, the fire map was 100% bright red, meaning burned to the ground, except one white teardrop shape, and my home was in that shape. But, thank you. But then a new nightmare began with moving constantly and dealing with insurance and FEMA and a completely bombed out city. Nobody knew what to do. It was another version of people running in the streets. My insurance adjuster actually said to me, you'd have been better off if your home had burned to the ground because we couldn't fight you. And you see, the smoke is toxic. Our homes were poisoned. We had to discard most of our possessions. My book launch was delayed for a year. I was giving up hope. And then I found Operation Hope. And Coach Andrew Avina. We dismissed my lawyer. My insurance claim wasn't moving forward, and Andrew and I got it done. Andrew had been a contractor, so he grilled the remediation companies. He made them redo the inventory. After the remediation, both my blood and my home tested positive for lead. The insurance company said, your claim is complete. Andrew got righteous, and he said, not on my watch. And he contacted the insurance commission, he wrote letters, he got me a new adjuster, and my claim is moving forward again. In the midst of this, Coach Bryant interviewed a group of us business owners and who've been in the fire. And business after business, he diagnosed exactly what they needed, not only to get back up after the fire, but to be stronger than ever. It was masterful. He was not giving a hand out. He was giving a hand up, and with it, dignity. And this is the fourth time I've lost almost everything. The first time was just down the street when my sorority house at Emory University burned to the ground, taking all my possessions. Then it happened in New York City. Then again during the Rodney King riots, where everything I owned, including my cars, was stolen. I went through every one of those on my own. I got through it by my faith, but on my knees. This time with the Palisades fire, with the support of Operation Hope, it's taking months, not years. And this might sound unusual at a global economic summit, but I'm just going to say it. I believe something beautiful is trying to be born on our planet. We are moving towards an enlightened, more grace-filled. Look at this gathering. You can feel it. But when something beautiful is trying to be born, that which is in the way will surface. Fires of misinformation, of division, and yes, disasters, man-made and natural. They are proliferating fast. Without support, the vulnerable, even the strong, the hardworking will fall, and they will take us with them. This is a time to support. In my work with nonprofits, I have never seen an organization so impeccably run as Operation Hope. They're not an organization of hope. They are an organization of action inspired by hope. In a world on fire, they're the ones carrying the water. And I want to say this from the deepest place in me. With the fires, it wasn't the government who held us. It wasn't FEMA. It was you. It was the people. It was the churches. It was the temples. It was strangers. It was the nonprofits, especially Operation Hope. It was you who support them. You are the reasons my sons and I did not fall too far. It was the people. It was all of us. It was we, the people. And nothing is more hopeful than that. Thank you.
Go ahead. All right. Let's give Alicia a round of applause, everyone. Yeah, the wildfires in LA is personal to me as well. My brother lost his home, as well as a couple of relatives, and spending time out there over the last several months, it was just such a very impactful moment. So the work that we're doing there, we're very proud of. 20,000 homes and businesses were destroyed, close to $60 billion in damage. So thank you for our partners, our sponsors like Citi and American Red Cross and others, and PayPal for helping us do this great work. So next up, I'm excited to introduce you a panel representing Clark Atlanta University. We're very proud of our partnership with Clark Atlanta under the leadership of President French, which we've been doing some great work tied to the 1 Million Black Business Initiative and our Next Gen program, where we're helping students become entrepreneurs through this program. But tonight, we're going to talk about a new fund that the university has not only invested in, but the students are creating profit in this, the Student Investment Fund. So without further ado, I want to introduce Dean Sylvanus Udoka. Come on out, Dean. Give him a round of applause. Student Camera Lemons and Cheyenne Taylor. Give them a round of applause. All right, all right, all right. Are we ready?
Yes.
I am so excited about this program. Working with Dr. French and Dean Udoka, we've been doing some great work over the past few years. And so when Dean Udoka and I were talking about the Student Investment Fund and what the university is doing in terms of how to manage investments, I'm not going to steal his thunder. You're going to hear some exciting things happening. And is Clark Atlanta out there? Can I? We have a lot of the participating students out there as well. So, Dean Udoka, why don't you tell the audience, not only here, but the millions on live stream, about the Student Investment Fund that Clark Atlanta had created.
Thank you so much, Lance, and the forum for renting us this platform.
Uh-oh. Mic check, mic check.
Mic check.
There we go.
Mic check. I'll start over. I want to thank you, Lance, and Operation Hope for giving us this platform. The Clark Atlanta University School of Business, for leans on over 100 years of leadership in business education. Our founding institutions started one of the first business colleges in 1883, and the very first graduate business education in 1946. We have remained leaders across the spectrum through time. What we have done over the years is to maintain this leadership, and that comes in the form of what these great students will talk to you about today. At Clark Atlanta University Business School, we have this signature curriculum leaning on enterprising ingenuity. Enterprising ingenuity takes ingenious sense and blends good business sense to deliver on confounding problems across the business spectrum. So this leans on the work of W.E.B. Du Bois, who was our first economics professor, whose work told us that hard work plus education uplifts communities. And that is what this is all about. It really is. And so what the modern day manifestation of the legacy of the work that we've done is the Student Managed Investment Fund. The students will call it SMIF. And the Student Managed Investment Fund, the university this past year invested $1 million to allow us to actually invest real money. These students have been doing a phenomenal job.
Dean, I don't think they heard you. How much was the investment that Clark Atlanta University made?
$1 million.
Walking the talk.
Yes. So the university entrusted us with $1 million. And we have entrusted our students with actually investing these funds. To date, they have surpassed the markets. They will tell you their story accordingly. So this ties into one of our key areas of uplift, which is, again, the uplifting of communities. Every day, students like Camara and Cheyenne live this. And this is why we are here to have a conversation with you and tell you what incredible work these young people are doing.
Awesome, awesome. All right, Camara. So why don't you first share with the audience what interests you to be a part of the Student Investment Fund, and what impact has it had on your life being a part of the program?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, the first thing that I want to point out, of course, that this fund is $1 million, and it's a million real dollars. It's the first of its kind within the Atlanta University Center, so the conglomerate of schools of Clark Atlanta University, Spelman College, Morehouse College, and Morris Brown College. So previously we have heard chatter of student managed investment funds within the AUC, but everything has been a simulation. You know, nothing has actually had real capital to back it up. And so the fact that we had the opportunity to be a part of something where we are actively investing into real capital markets, that really excited me. I was able, along with Cheyenne and our other peers in the class, we're able to use our vast experience in the Bloomberg terminal and security analysis, and be able to actually use that wealth of knowledge and actually contribute it to the financial well-being of our school. So that's what has, you know, really interested me about this opportunity, and it's been incredibly rewarding. You know, it's more than grades or recognition. It's being able to actually contribute to our institution, so that's been really impactful. Outside of my academic and financial acumen, I have been able to leverage this opportunity in interviews. You know, companies absolutely love hearing about, you know, our experience with equity research and collaboration and the growth of our portfolio. And that has really been an accelerator for me in my professional career. So, of course, I'm very grateful to get that experience, to be able to use it in my own personal investments and take it back to my family and tell them what they should be investing in. Collaborating with the students, that has also been incredibly rewarding, you know, getting to brainstorm with them on what we should invest in, and then just getting to know them as people, as humans. You know, we spend, I couldn't even tell you how many hours in the Bloomberg lab working on our pitches. I know Cheyenne can attest to that as well. So just getting to know our instructors, our fellow students, and then just building our investment knowledge has been incredible.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Thank you.
So Cheyenne, same question. What attracted you to the program, and why has it been an impactful experience for you and the other student participants?
Yeah, funny story. I actually was not going to join the Student Managed Investment Fund. I just thought that I couldn't handle it, but we have an amazing group of faculty who truly believe in our students, and Dr. Hudson, who is the head of our finance department, shout out to the faculty.
Yeah.
She reached out to me and she was like, here, take another look at what the program offers, interview with us. So I went ahead and read over everything. I interviewed, and I just realized I couldn't let this opportunity slip past. And I thank God that they took a chance on me and, you know, reached out to me, because it has been so beneficial. I mean, boosted my confidence, put us in opportunities like right now. I never would imagine I would be speaking in front of you all. And just like the amazing rooms that we have been placed in, being able to articulate, you know, financials, and from a base knowledge of investments to now, like being able to talk to my parents about what they should be doing. So it's just been a great experience, and I'm truly thankful. I want to give a great big shout out to all of the students here who are a part of it, first cohort and second cohort, but it's been a great experience, to say the
That's
least.
awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So you completed 2 cohorts?
Yes.
And what's the size of each cohort? How many students?
Yes, so our first class was 15 students, and today it's 9 students.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot on our plate, but
Yeah.
we got it. We got it.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, Dean Uduka, you took that initial investment by Clark Atlanta, $1 million, and the participants, the students, took that money and invested. I assume there were some gains from the market. Can you share a little bit about
I
the gains?
can tell you.
Yeah, absolutely. So our goal for the Smith Fund is to outperform the S&P 500. And so year to date.
Oh, wait a minute. They talk about the S&P 500, y'all.
Everybody knows
Okay.
about the
Yes,
S&P
the S&P 500, and just year to date, for the S&P 500, the return has been 13%, and for our portfolio,
Wait, how many percent?
13% for the
13%.
S&P.
Within how much, what time frame?
We started investing in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since May.
And so since May, when we started investing, we've seen a 17% return. So we have
As of today.
As of today.
We have beaten the S&P 500 benchmark, so we're really proud about that.
And we're actually invested in a couple companies that are here today. So
Absolutely.
shout out to the companies here, but yeah.
That's awesome, awesome, awesome. And then I also understand that part of the program includes an internship, right?
Well, we like to treat the program as an internship. So it
Okay.
is a course. We do get school credit for it. However, because we actually are investing real dollars,
Okay.
and we actually, do put in the work and the research just like any other analyst at any company, we do try to treat it as an internship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know ultimately, go ahead, Dean, you do.
The course is really set up as an internship.
Yeah.
The students going through this program work this program as if they are interning at any investment firm. So they come up, and the ultimate goal is to have them have fluency in this space. So we are growing investment professionals that can move into any of your firms and perform on day one.
That's right, that's right. And I think JP Morgan Chase is participating in the internship program.
Yes, JP Morgan
I know
is
JP Morgan's out
the
there.
supporter
Shout out.
of this.
And we
so-
want other investment companies to be
Yes.
a part of not only the internship program, but creating jobs.
Yes. What we ultimately look to do is to partner with firms here. To all firms in the investment banking business, in the alternatives investment business. We are looking for partners. We're looking to grow this program because ultimately what we want to do is to produce professionals who are, again, ready on day one. So this is the best investment you can make because these Bees Panthers, as we call them, make a lot of sense, dollars and change for the world.
That's right. Well said, well said, well said. I mean, this is so huge. I mean, because when we talk about financial literacy, a lot of times we talk about education and coaching tied to our work. But Operation Hope, through all of our partners, some of them are sponsors, we're really trying to break this cycle of financial illiteracy. And so the fact that we're spending time with the young adult population, ages 18 to 24, to help them to understand the language of money, but not just at the basic level, but from the wealth creation level. These ladies here, as well as the other students that are here representing Clark Atlanta, is a great example of the work that we're doing, thanks to our partners, of breaking that cycle and creating a present and a future in the wealth management space. And so, again, President French, I don't know if you're out there, just want to thank you and the Clark Atlanta students for this wonderful program. And we thank you, JP Morgan Chase, for being a participant with the internships. And I just encourage our other banks and investment companies to look at this as a wonderful opportunity to prepare future Wall Street money managers, wealth managers, because they're a great example. 17% Give them a round of applause. Well, thank you all for your time. We're looking forward to some more. We're not finished yet. And so we're going to bring up the next guest. And so as we leave, give a round of applause to Dean Udoka, Tamara, and Cheyenne, and the Clark Atlanta University.
Shout out to my faculty in the audience.
That's right.